Okay, let's now focus on the title race. It's going down to the wire. Manchester City and Liverpool, just 1 point separates them. Let's focus on Man City against Villa first. And my question to you guys, simply, this isn't meant to be too negative, but I feel like this is going to be the mindset. How could Man City lose the title on the final day as they play Aston Villa? Right, guys? That's kind of what we're all thinking. We all expect them to win and get the 3 points at home, which will guarantee the 4th Premier League title in the last 5 seasons of Pep Guardiola's side. But Nick, going into this game against Villa, I mean, Opta make their chances of winning the title 80.5%. So that's a pretty good chunk. I kind of agree with that. But how tactically could they break down against Aston Villa? Is it those defensive injuries and issues? I mean, John Stones and Walker might be back, but Villa have the air of an upset about them, right? With some of their big name players, Ings, Coutinho, Watkins, and others. So what should we be looking out for Manchester City against Aston Villa?
If Aston Villa can spring a goal early, and I just think that would be the biggest thing. We have now seen City that they're capable, of course, of scoring 1-2 goals when everybody's packed in, as we saw with West Ham last week. But at the same time, I think in this instance, you're looking at a team that would be under immense pressure to just do what they do. And even though they were able to do it, I think that's harder than anything else. And we've kind of discussed this as a crew before. The idea of being that meticulous and that focused, no matter how much a system is second nature to you, to do that while the pressure of we have to score to win the league is with you, is really, really tough. So if I'm Villa, I'm probably looking to score early. And if I get scored on early, I'm probably thinking, well, enough with that.
Yeah, I know, right? It's really difficult, actually, because 9 times out of 10, you'd say City will win easily. It'll be a procession to the title. But Andy, this team has what I would call a funny 5 minutes in them. We saw it against Real Madrid when they got knocked out of Champions League. Saw it against West Ham. I was at the London Stadium last week, and just the way they defended and kept a high line when they didn't really need to, and got caught out. This is something I think that could happen again, potentially, especially the way Villa play. And like Nick said, they're going to take, I think, a lot of chances early on to try and set the tone. They have nothing to lose. They want to finish 10th potentially, or as high up the table as they can under Steven Gerrard. So this is a really dangerous situation, I think, for Man City, especially in the first 45 minutes if they don't manage it well. And if the likes of Fernandinho plays at centre-back again.
Yeah, you say funny 5 minutes. Let's say funny 5 chances for this Man City team. It does seem like, 2 or 3 times a game at least, they get the ball in a really, really advantageous, dangerous area of the field. And you almost look away from the TV thinking, oh, here comes a goal. And then it just doesn't, whether it's Jack Grealish. I think he's still deferring and not wanting to, break the mold of what Pep is looking for. And so he's second guessing the way that he plays a lot. I think he has all this season. And I think that's why he's struggled just a little bit. Gabby Jesus, is either going to finish everything or he's going to finish nothing. Raheem Sterling has wasted a lot of chances this season, last couple of years as well. Riyad Mahrez, great cutting in off the right side, but he's got the one shot that he's looking for to get all the time. And so I think in a one-game situation, they're probably fine. It has taken them a lot to get here to this point, though. And I do think that one piece up top, just somebody to reliably just sweep the ball over the line, has hurt them a little bit and cost them enough points that this is still a title race on the final day. So it's going to be a matter of, does Kevin De Bruyne step up from midfield and say, don't worry, guys, I got this. I'll score 4 again if we need to. Somebody, I think, will step up and force them over the line with a goal or two. But I can see a scenario in which they have a couple of really good early chances. They don't put them away. Everybody starts to look at each other. Oh, no, is this happening again? They've had games where they've gone 60, 70, 80 minutes needing a goal, just not been able to find it, not been able to put one away. And then finally they do. We'll see if they can handle that pressure on the final day with the title on the line.
Yeah, it's going to be so intriguing. I'm going to be at the Etihad Stadium, be lucky enough to be there. And as I said, I feel like the tension, the longer it goes on without a goal for Man City, it's going to be pretty unbearable for Guardiola and the players. And there is no way that will not filter down to the pitch, and just the cries of angst and just there's City fans all around the press box who are kicking every single ball and are just the same as Guardiola. And it's just, I can already see it in my mind. I can already see the situation. And I feel like Man City have had a lot of these kind of games and scenarios this season, which should prepare them pretty well for the final 90 minutes. But also it's, again, like you said, Andy, a growing trend across the campaign where they just haven't been able to put those chances away. Of course, next season with Erling Haaland on board, that won't really be a problem, we don't think. So yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting. Nick, I was in the press conference with Pep Guardiola last week, and he was asked about the 10-year anniversary of Sergio Aguero's great goal and about the late drama to win that title, and said he was simply asked, do you want something similar to create a great moment like that on the final day, or would you rather just win it easily against Villa? And he said, please, no, please. I don't want anything like that. Let's win 4 or 5-0. So can you see anything like that actually happening again in history 10 years later, actually repeating itself for Man City? Because I feel like that would be the perfect end to what has been an absolutely bonkers season.
It would be. I actually go in a little bit of the other direction. I think the most likely scenario for drama, that they would be in a situation where we just have to not let them score. We just have to not let them score. That's kind of the way that I would see the drama coming in.
Yeah, it's just something about this game. Of course, Steven Gerrard, the fact that he never won a Premier League title while he was playing at Liverpool. If Villa win this weekend, then he can pretty much say that he did win Liverpool a title at one point, one way or another, at least his managerial career. Andy, final point to you on Man City against Villa.
Do they have a special ceremony where Stevie comes back and maybe doesn't lift the trophy because obviously employed by a different club, but honored or something with the trophy on the stage? It feels like if he does that for them, and he was never able to win it for them in the shirt, and obviously the slip moment that occurred with him as well, at the best chance that they had, it feels like something. Maybe the club can't do it because there's just too much of a conflict of interest there, but something needs to happen if that's actually the case this weekend.
I feel like once they have a trophy parade in Liverpool for however many trophies they've won, they haven't done it yet for the League Cup or FA Cup, but after the Champions League final, if it is all 4 or then I definitely think Steven Gerrard's going to be invited by Jurgen Klopp onto that team bus, and he'll be front and center with them, and that will send the crowd even wilder.
What would you do if Coutinho scored and took off his Aston Villa jersey to reveal his Liverpool jersey?
That would be something. Yeah, him, Danny Ings combo, right? The two ex-Liverpool players linking up. Let's wait and see what happens.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch highlights all season long, and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend at 7 a.m. Eastern. And for even more content, head over to Peacock, where we've got live games, original series, and a dedicated round-the-clock Premier League channel featuring studio shows, classic matches, and much more.